Daniel circumcised.
Hey guys!
Welcome back to another one. Today's video, we're having Daniel again.
Am I becoming a regular here?
I guess. So today's video, we're going to be answering a lot of questions that we got on Instagram. Especially me, like I get a lot of questions about him. So I'm going to ask him those questions today and he's going to be answering. Like we're interviewing you today.
Oh, I'm honored. I'm very flattered. Yes.
The topic will be the religion, Islam. So every time someone knows that I'm from Morocco and I'm Muslim, they will ask me this question: is he Muslim? How did you talk to him about it? And so on. So we're going to be answering those questions today.
Yeah, we are talking about like Islam and religion, how we overcome that.
Yeah.
It's just that it doesn't necessarily have to be Islam.
It's just religion in general.
Religion,
Yeah.
your personal belief, whatever it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like since a Muslim, like a lot of people ask me this question: is he Muslim? So let's get started. And before that, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and click on the notification bell. We're going to talk about your opinion about religion, or what kind of religion you had, and what did you think about Islam before?
Before I met Mary, I always had this belief that there is a creator. And there is somebody who is bigger than all of us and everything. And I used to go to church. It's just that I didn't like actively participate in ceremonies. I just sometimes stopped by the church and I prayed for something that I wanted. I prayed something or somebody that I loved over something. Yeah. And I just did not want to label myself as a Christian or Muslim. I just believed in God because I felt like there's just so much problem globally just because people didn't want to accept that there is a difference in their belief, and I just felt that it was just stupid.
Yeah, to fight over nothing.
Yeah.
What did you think about Islam in particular before?
Well, in Korea, unfortunately, I think we are heavily influenced by the media. When you hear something about like Islam, it was usually something negative, like somebody blew up something, some building went down, and there is some
it's just whatever the media would.
And of course, like when you talk about Arab, when you talk about Islam, there was nothing positive, and there's still persisting stereotypes existing in Korea, I feel.
When did you start thinking about joining or converting to Islam?
Since we met? Yeah.
So what made you actually make that choice?
It's a psychological thing. When you have a belief, let's say I have this persisting belief that Islam was kind of like a backward, it's very conservative and it can be oppressing. Yeah. And I had this belief previously, right? So when I hear something different coming from you, of course my like psychological like a defensive system kind of try to reject it. But it is actually your choice to kind of wait it out and try to consider other perspective of other people, and that leads to something even bigger than what you are aware of. And I think I learned that from you because I didn't even remotely consider looking at that religion like in a different perspective. So
what made you think of converting? Like, why did you convert?
When Mary started talking to me, she told me how religious she was, how Islam meant a lot in her life, and how important it is to her. So when I started kind of learning, and we had our ups and downs in that initial phase, but as I learned more and more about Mary, I realized, okay, if she became this amazing person with the belief of Islam, what the religion taught her, I feel like, it cannot be that bad. I want to learn more about it. And I always refused to label myself as such as Christians or Muslim, but after seeing Mary, I decided to take that decision of converting because I felt like I see true value in the religion, especially the part that it is always between you and God. There is no middleman.
It's a direct.
Yeah, it's direct contact.
There is this question that I always get on messages and stuff, and this is, how did you talk to Daniel about religion? I know there are a lot of girls or like guys who are dating other people from different religions or from different cultures, and there is this thing that they want to talk about, but they don't know how the reaction of the partner will be.
Being kind of like judgmental and
or just like break up because they get so attached to the person. So in here I would like I would say it again as I said in the other videos, which is know what you want. When did we talk about this?
Very beginning of
our relationship. Like the time we knew that this is gonna be, might be like a serious relationship, and that's when I was like, hey, like I need to tell you something. Like, these are my values, this is who I am, and this is what I want. I remember I wrote an email.
She wrote a very long email about how important Islam is to her. It was a long essay.
So like for me, like one of the my list, like we go back to the list that we talked about in the other video. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and click on the link. I had like the top of my list was someone who's religious, because to me, I really want someone like to celebrate those like religious holidays, to practice together. That means a lot to me. This is the thing with a lot of people. They'll be like, oh, they don't want to talk about what they want, and they just let that relationship, it comes with time, until they get attached to the person. And then they are scared to even talk to him about it.
I understand that. In the beginning, everything is like so sweet and lovely. You don't want to take any risk to disturb that sweet process. They are worried deep down about how it can lead to an unpleasant conversation. But you have to really break that. You have to upfront tell the person how important Islam is to you, if it is, or other personal
Islam
beliefs
or any
are.
kind of the religion that you just know what really like is important to you, and like you have to talk about it. Like also like I take your time to know exactly, because I know other people who are married to people from different religion. They both have different religions, and they live in the same household, and they're living happily, you know, because one person doesn't care what the other person believes in, but it depends on you. Do you care or you don't really care? I think this is a challenge about international kind of marriage, because you have different culture, different religion. Like you have to talk about it like in the beginning. Know first, will that like bother you that the other person have a different religion, or it doesn't matter to you what kind of religion the other person have. So it all depends on you. But if you know that the religion matters to you, like I suggest you talk about it.
I should give you like a interesting story that I personally experienced. I work as a community nurse. I sometimes make home visits as necessary. And one time I walked into this household where there's this really old, he was a Christian. I walked into this room of his, left side of the wall. Everything on that wall is Christian stuff. And I looked to the other wall, and everything on that wall is all about Islam stuff. And I got so confused about what is happening here, because there was a time that I was kind of new in the relationship with Mary, and I was always having this kind of like thoughts. Like, what is religion? Why is it so important? And I actually had a lovely conversation with the family, and he said initially it was tough for them too, and they recognized the difference, but they realized they love themselves, like love each other so much. They ended up kind of compromising and meeting halfway, respecting their religion.
Exactly, that's what I said. Like, you have to know, like, can you do it? Like, can you find that middle and accept the other one's like religion, or you cannot. A lot of girls like who text me, they were like, I really love my religion, and I really like I want to marry a Muslim man, but like I got so attached to this guy, and I don't know how to talk to him about it, and I'm sure he wouldn't like want to convert. He doesn't want to. So he was like, what should I do? I was like, the thing that I would say, like I just said, and I would always say, is just like, just think what you really want. Can you accept him, like even if he said that he cannot convert, he doesn't want to convert, or he has his own religion, or to you that was the top of your list, that's you just want like the top of your list, someone who is religious, like Muslim, or like as the same religion as you.
If the person is willing to kind of like meet the halfway or even follow you, that'll be great.
Yeah.
But if the person is like flat out, I don't want to do anything with it, then you just have to, no matter how attached you are, you have to just let it go, because you won't be happy in the relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
In the long run.
Yeah. So here is one last question that we get most of the time, and it's awkward. Is Daniel circumcised? We said he's Muslim, please be smart, and that's it. That's all the answer I'm gonna give you. I'm like, why would someone ask that question?
Yeah, let's
He's
leave it
Muslim.
at that. Let's just leave it at that. I'm Muslim.
Okay. At last, what I want to tell you guys, and my advice is to be honest, to know what you want and talk about it. Talk to your partner about what is important to you, what's on your top list, and also listen to what they want and what's on their top list. Then you can see at that time whether you are willing to accept those differences, or if someone of you is willing to change anything, and that will tell you whether that relationship would work or not. And don't push anyone to do something for you. Don't push them, and don't wait for them to do anything for you. That would still your choice and their choice. There will be their choice whether they are willing to change something or to accept, and that will be also your choice whether you are willing to accept and change anything.
If you meet the right person, there will be always a way.
Always. So this is it for today's video. I hope you guys find it useful for everyone who has this kind of concern. I know nowadays we have a lot of international marriages, and please comment down below if you have any experiences that you want to share, or just comment what you want us to talk about next time. Please give this video
thumbs up
if you like, and
thumbs down
if you don't like it. And see you next time. Bye.